Hello, everybody. Thanks for hopping in on another solo edition. That's right. We've gone solo twice this week. Call me Han Solo. Enjoying it. Going to start doing more of it, especially as the season comes on and we finally get plays to break down, analysis, situational things as well. So we're excited you can join us. Speaking about being excited, if you're excited about gambling, all the momentum that's happening, states legalizing it as we look around the country, kind of a new wave of consumer, you need to go to betonline.ag today. The online casino is always open, whether it's Major League Baseball, NBA playoffs that are winding down, the college football season's coming up, and if they play Quidditch, doesn't matter. They're going to have a spread for it. The sign-up bonuses are awesome. They're going to play the Sharps as well. That's betonline.ag. Head over there today. And my monologue today is something that gets talked about a lot. The NCAA Enforcement Agency, with all the stuff coming out about Arizona State, Herm Edwards and that staff, which I don't think they will survive this. They have mountains of evidence, screenshots. Somebody ratted. Somebody turned them in. Somebody went Donnie Brasco. Sent in something that only a person that was very well connected with the program would have known. And when you have evidence like this, it's really hard to deny. And the NCAA is moving forward. Even Arizona State spokespeople have said there's an investigation. And look, it's going to get ugly. It is, because it's multiple things happening at once. But it brings me to a point, and look, we live in the real world. Any government type thing, bureaucracy type thing, there's going to be unfair enforcement. And at the NCAA, there's a ton of unfair enforcement that goes on. And one of the biggest problems of that organization, outside of being the biggest middleman in the country and making more money from doing nothing than any other organization I've ever seen, but you can tell there's tactical enforcement. Even some coaches have spoken out about this from all parts of the country. And I'm not going to say names, but I think we all know when you look at certain places, you have evidence linking people to misgivings or undoings or cheating, whatever you want to call it, and it doesn't get enforced, or at least it takes such a long time for anything to come to light. It's hard to sit here and say everything is balanced. Arizona State can get hammered. You'll have mid-tier teams get hammered, sometimes for even minor infractions, or drugged through the mud for minor infractions. But here's what I'll say about anything that involves bureaucracy. Follow the money. The schools and organizations that make the most money or that have the most connections will never get in trouble. They will never get in trouble. And people will say that's not fair, and it isn't fair. But that is the nature of the NCAA. They prioritize who they're going to enforce things on that is going to help the bottom line. And I'm not saying everybody at the NCAA is an evil person or a bad person, but the moniker of that organization is, we will treat certain institutions different than other institutions. If you make a certain amount of money in relevance and excitement and engagement, they're not going to hit you. They're taking money out of their own pockets. And it doesn't just extend to certain universities. It extends to certain coaches. If you're a certain coach that is super high profile, and you can go down the list. It happens in college basketball. We've seen very recently. It happens in college football. It happens in a lot of different places. If you're a coach of certain stature that brings a certain juice to a sport, or there is an awe or something around you that is beneficial monetarily for that sport, it's going to take a lot for you to get hit. Man, it's amazing. Ole Miss got hit pretty quick, didn't they? Ole Miss got hit pretty quick, and they cheated. That's the truth. But I promise you, what they did is crumbs compared to what some of these other places do. But you'll never hear about that. And it sends the message. If you want to dance with the big boys and do what some of the big boys do, you better not knock them off their feet. Because if you do, the NCAA is coming for you. Now, Arizona State, this is warranted, but it should be treated evenly across the board. And there has been time after time in the major collegiate sports where the NCAA, to quote Kenny Powers, I ain't looking. And they're not. And that's my monologue for today.